Hello, everyone. Welcome to Absolutely Obscure with Josh and Rory, the podcast where we watch movies that you've never heard of. I'm Rory.
I'm Josh.
And we are joined today by our first ever guest.
I'm the first ever guest?
First ever guest.
Oh, hell yeah.
Amar Singh, everybody. Amar, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm going to make sure you guys never have a guest again.
Never again.
I'm going to punish you for what you've done.
It's mostly a test to make sure that we don't use guests.
Don't change the format.
Yeah, actually, we chose you because we both hate you. We want to punish you for the life that you lead.
Well, I deserve it, and I can't wait to see what torture you have in store for me.
So this week we watched the movie Honeymoon with Mom. This was released in 2002. This is from director Paul A. Kaufman. This has a 4.7 on IMDb with 202 votes. And
sorry, IMDb's out of 5.
Out of 10.
Oh!
Yes.
Wait, what? I don't really understand. I want to say something quick. Sorry.
Yes, please.
I know that this is a podcast where you guys make someone watch your favorite movie.
Yes.
And then you come on and you talk about it.
That's right,
And give it a compliment and say how cool it is.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest, I don't know if this is one of my top 10 films.
Okay.
Top 20?
It's going to be a bit disappointing for us, this conversation, but we'd like pushback.
Yes, that's right.
It should be noted that you sent me a message at, 11 o'clock last night that said, this movie is awesome.
Yeah. Because I love the first act, but second and third, they kind of dropped the ball.
They dropped the ball a little bit.
That's too bad.
And 123 people have seen this on Letterboxd.
Wow.
Which is low. That's not many. It's not the lowest we've had.
Yeah.
The lowest we had was 7 people.
God. Yeah.
We were 8 and 9.
We were so pumped for it too.
Yeah.
Big letdown.
Do we know the budget of this movie? I really want to know how much money went into this piece
I want
of
to
shit.
say 200,000.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm
this-
just guessing.
That's reasonable.
This also felt very like Lifetime movie channel.
Yeah.
To me,
Hallmark,
right?
yeah.
I am
Yeah.
pretty sure it was.
Yeah, it had
like
to have been.
I try and avoid TV movies.
Yeah.
I want like things that didn't get any release whatsoever if
Yeah.
possible. But they were straight up commercial breaks in this movie.
that's what I was like, it had to have been.
Where it fades out and then it fades back in. Like,
I was wondering what the fuck that was. I was like, oh, this is okay.
That's right, because I was like, it feels very TV movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, when the husband or ex or fiance shows up and then it fades to black, I was like, oh, that's a commercial break right there.
Yeah. Oh, they're leaving us on a cliffhanger.
Oh, I wonder where this is gonna go.
So what did you think of Honeymoon with Mom?
I thought it was like unsettling to me. Like borderline like a thriller because of just the fucked up way that everyone talked to each other.
Yeah, everyone
way
in this
people
movie
communicate.
sucks.
Yeah.
Everyone's very mean.
Yeah, everyone's cruel, and that's like their only defining characteristics is that they're kind of mean to each other.
And then they're not as mean to each other anymore, so so everything is fixed.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
Now everything's
Everyone
fine.
grew like
Yes.
you're supposed to as a character, you know?
Yeah.
I like that it took only about 3 days for this woman to overcome a lifetime of
Yes.
mom trauma.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Takes 3 days and one hot pool teacher. I
Yeah.
don't know what that guy's job was.
His job was to try and fuck every girl who comes to the resort, from what I can tell.
Totally.
I actually liked how they ended his storyline.
story
I thought it was
arc, yeah,
really well
because-
done.
yeah.
Where you just see him trying to fuck another girl,
And the
you're
girl's like, well, this
"That's
is your
fine."
life. And he's like,
Yeah.
it is. It is.
It's awesome.
Yeah, character based off of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that was your summer job.
Yeah. See, the thing is, you never see them fuck. That's the problem. It's basically
Because that was most of your job.
I try to sleep with everyone. I never get to. That's.
Did you guys recognize him from anything?
I did not.
Oh,
What's he in?
He was in season 1 of Smallville.
Wow.
He played like the jock boyfriend of like Lana
he
Lang.
played Percy.
Whitney, I think
Whitney.
his name was. Whitney was his name.
Yes.
And he also, I haven't seen it. I want to, but he starred in the gritty remake of Flash Gordon that lasted 1 season.
I didn't even know they
made that?
remade.
It didn't last long. A lot of people don't, but I want it.
Yes.
And yeah, he's Canadian. I think
Yes.
he's from Alberta.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
there
guys
was-
got to get him on.
There was a lot of. This might have been a Canadian production because there were a lot of Canadians in
I
this
would
movie.
believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also liked that they're at a resort in the Caribbean, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's not one black person in the
No.
movie. You never see them. They never show up.
No, the only person of color was like her assistant
Her
early
assistant.
on.
Yeah.
And then the
And the receptionist. Yes, that's right.
who
Yeah.
is Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why is there a Hawaiian woman in the Caribbean? And
Yeah. She says aloha.
So many people say aloha in this movie, and I was like, are they in Hawaii?
Are they
I don't
forgetting what setting they set up?
And you guys at home might be like, we're fucking up. No, they expressly say he owns a Caribbean island.
Yes.
I mean, should we get into this?
Yeah, we do. We
kinda
go
go
through
through
the
it.
plot.
Okay.
We make jokes. I guess I should have explained what the movie was, what the podcast was.
I mean,
before-
listen, there's not, again, we don't have a very thick movie done veil
Yeah.
here.
Yes, I was going to introduce this as our first 10-minute episode.
Yeah, I think it might roll by pretty quick. Then I'll say my one other thing that I noticed in the movie is that there was a banger of a line that I really genuinely liked.
Perfect.
Where the girl's talking to her mom, and her mom's like, "I don't like what you're implying," and then she's like, "I don't like what you're doing."
Yes, that
I was like,
good.
"That's good. I like those little flips.
That was
little
good.
verbal flips."
That's a line to live by.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like in Mad Men when Don Draper's getting yelled at by the younger guy. Younger guy, guy's like, "I think you're a piece of shit," and he's like, "I don't think about you at all."
Oh, what a burn.
One
That's
of the
so
sickest
great.
burns in TV history.
Honeymoon with Mom, kind of like Mad Lib.
This is Mad Men to me. A spiritual sequel to Mad Men. Honeymoon with Mom is one of the greatest films of our generation.
Shelley Long from Cheers fame was excellent as the bitch mom.
I was so excited when she was in the cast. I was like, I love Shelley Long. Yeah. She's so good at playing this
You
character.
say insane things sometimes.
I love-
We're
well,
like,
I love-
Shelley Long.
I love Cheers. I love Beverly Hills or Troop Beverly Hills. I
Okay.
watched it lots as a kid. My sisters loved that movie. But and I went through Cheers like last year, so
Oh, okay.
fresh in the memory.
How
Yeah.
was Cheers? I only seen
It's
the
great.
pilot, and it
It's
seems
so
amazing.
good.
Yeah.
Cheers is great. Yeah.
Right. So we open on this movie and we see the bride, who is. I should get the names of the people here. We have Shannon, played by Virginia Williams.
Yes.
Did you recognize her in anything?
No, she's
I-
been in a few things that I've watched, but like episodes of stuff.
But
so.
she's just kind of like a blonde white woman.
Yeah.
Okay, so she has been on camera before.
Yes.
Oh, like, and that's the other thing about these being like Canadian actors. They all have so many credits on IMDb. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like one episodes of whatever here and there. You know.
Wow.
They've
Has
all-
she been on Murdoch?
Listen, all these
I'm not
people
sure.
have been on Supernatural, guaranteed.
100%.
One of these people had a run of Supernatural. It's
Really?
crazy.
Wow.
No, I have no idea. But we open on Shannon. She is sitting outside the wedding venue,
Yeah.
heartbroken, with
Yeah.
just her mom.
Little
Her mom-
narration of like, oh, I've always wanted to be a bride. That's what
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to. We see the people throwing the rice. Everyone's happy. Smash cut to what's actually happening. Her crying outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
no one there comforting her.
No, like everyone else, she gets left at the altar. The whole other side of the family is like, "Well, it's your problem, I guess." We don't care about our son or his wife that we are about to welcome into the family.
Yeah.
And even her mom's doing a really bad job
Yeah.
of like,
Come on.
I didn't see it.
Fine.
Yeah. And not only does the family not care, she gets locked out of the wedding venue.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is insane.
I did like an early line here because she's like, there's a bar down the street. And the mom's like, drinking is not the answer. And she's like, I need to go to the bathroom. She's like, oh, okay.
But they do
And
get
then
drinks.
gets drunk anyway.
Yeah. And then they kind of,
It's like you can't have a fucking beer on your you got left at the altar day. That's crazy.
But before we even get to that we actually are jumping ahead a bit because we flash back
Yeah.
to 3 days before.
Yes.
No, wait, 1 week before.
That's right.
Because they're meeting the mom 1 week before the wedding and telling her about the wedding 1 week before the wedding.
Because this mom is such a bitch.
I was going to say, in
She's
fairness,
that they're like, we
whenever-
don't even want to talk
No,
to you.
I always love when parents who are like absentee parents and then they're like, I can't believe you didn't tell me that you were going to get married. And they're like, yeah, you aren't a good parent. And they're like, oh, interesting.
And
But-
then they're just like, oh, okay, I won't think about that at all.
Yeah, and somehow the mom is the better of the two parents in
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah,
We will find
very weird.
out.
yeah.
What's it? I also, I love it when they set up lady characters being like, the only thing I've ever wanted to do is get married. And I'm like, instantly unlikable and unrelatable. No aspirations, no dream in this world other than like, I want to be a wife.
Also, the week before, we see her mom runs a magazine.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever see this, but do you ever see like a movie or a show that has like someone running a magazine?
I've seen like Devil Wears Prada.
And you're like, no wonder this industry went down the toilet. Like, this is garbage. What
Magazines deserve to fail.
It's written down.
like, no wonder. This is the kind of shit you're writing about. You deserve to be out of business.
What was this magazine about?
Because at first it seems like kind of like an entertainment television
gossip
thing,
magazine or
but
something.
then a big through line of the movie is that she's trying to get an interview with an astronaut from 25 years ago who just decided he didn't really want to be an astronaut that much anymore, which is fine, but I guess everyone freaked out about it. And she's like, it's going to be our 25th anniversary cover story. This is going to change everything.
Yes.
I'm like, what is this for? Who reads this magazine?
I love that she thinks that people are so interested in a fucking astronaut that just stop showing up.
She has a line where she says, "Get me a celebrity no one is talking about." I'm like, that's not a celebrity.
I saw a dog on the street. Did we get him. No one's talking about him.
Because she's talking about the engagement, and she's like, if you guys are serious about this wedding, wait till next winter, next spring, I'll pay for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then she's like, it's happening in a week.
Yeah.
Like,
He's paying for the whole
If you
thing.
can make it to Boston, come along.
Yeah.
The whole time, because the husband's like, you can tell he comes from money or whatever.
Yeah.
And the
Rich
mom,
boy.
she says such a hypocrite in the way that she cares about money and everything. Mm-hmm. But then anytime someone else does, she's like, this person.
Yeah.
I can't believe
This
you
guy's
own-
empty. I did leave my daughter behind for about 20 years to work on this magazine.
The 25th anniversary of this magazine.
And it seems like she's rich, but I'm like, how? From magazine?
From magazine money.
Listen, magazine money was a big thing for a while. We could have gone on the when the magazine bubble burst. Oh baby.
Yeah.
I liked how we cut to. She does decide to come to the wedding.
Yeah.
And she meets the
In-laws.
who I gotta say, ugly people.
Like, you know that the budget was low because like, you're supposed to get hot people if they're going to be rich, you know?
Exactly.
There's no ugly rich people, not at that income level.
And she says like, "Oh, they're more right wing than
Some
something."
person,
And I'm just like, "Aren't you right wing?
Yeah.
You all seem very right wing."
You're at best center. Also, they gave no indication whatsoever that they were like bad people or like super right wing. Like the guy's a podiatrist, and she's like, "Yeah, that's bad news."
Anyone in defeat is a fucking Nazi.
Bizarre movie. Yeah. And then we see, because they also kind of are like, oh, we heard like your husband probably not going to be here, right?
Yeah.
And she sneaks outside. Oh, well, she talks to the daughter briefly, who is kind of like sad the dad's not there.
Yeah.
And she goes and sneaks a phone call. And it's kind of like, I can't believe you're not going to be here for your daughter's wedding. And we see the groom overhear this conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did miss one of my favorite moments, which is when the in-laws and the mom are all talking. They look over at the bride, and I assume a bridesmaid walk in, and then they just stand there for like 30 seconds and just start like waving at people. And it's very obviously that they just keep cutting back to the same footage.
Yeah.
Of them walking.
You've never been to a wedding where the bride greets you as you drive in?
Yeah, bride
Not dressed.
not dressed or anything. Also, day of wedding, and you're not in your wedding dress yet.
Yeah.
This is not going well.
Oh, which also I love the wedding dress scene, because the mom's first thing she says is, I wish you took me dress shopping with you. You suck. Like, she's like, stop. I don't
Her
want to hear
issues with you are
about
very clear. You're both adults now. How do you not?
She literally says, please don't ruin this for me.
Well, don't we all say that to our parents always?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also love, because the best man, we see a little glimpse of the like groom and his best man, and he says, because because I think he says like something like, "Oh, I'm trying to think of like if I'll say I'll do or how I'll word it."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh man, what you should be saying is I surrender." And it's like, did this best man just ruin this wedding for everyone?
Like that's the thing that turns him. Is this like really shitty joke?
Hey, you're right.
He literally stops the wedding mid like. Anyone who he's like, no, it's mid vows, I guess. Right?
Yeah, they're like, you gotta say I do, and he's like,
Which,
and then she's like, what's up? And he's like, give me a sec.
can I talk to you in the hallway for a second? Which I would love to be at a wedding like that, but they still went through with the vows.
Yeah.
Because everyone would be like, what the fuck was that? This is not gonna last.
I did really like when he catches the mom talking to the dad on the phone, because then there's a second one where I was like, is he not gonna marry her because she doesn't have a dad? That's really mean.
I can't get into this broken family stuff. I'm really sorry. And he so he takes her in the hallway. He's like, I think your mom was right a week ago. I think we rushed into this. I want to go to Switzerland. And she's like, what are you talking about? And he's just like, it's not you, it's me. I'm not a bad person. I'm just confused. If you could tell everyone, I'm just gonna need two pieces of the side.
Could you deal with this, please?
I just booked my flight. I gotta go. It's at the. I gotta be there.
I love that he literally follows up the line, I'm not a bad person, with being like, okay, bye.
You can handle this, right? That's a recurring motif.
Yes.
A lot of people in the movie, a lot of men are like, I'm not a bad person when they're doing something actively bad. I'm like, maybe a little more subtext would be nice.
We cut back to the bar where you're right. Yeah, she is pounding drinks, which I loved.
Yeah.
Because that's,
I would 100% hit on a bride,
woman
in a bride's dress at a bar.
100%.
I love her.
Listen, this is going one of two ways. Either I'm getting nothing or I'm getting everything, right?
Let's go back to the church. It's still set up, right?
Let's
Chairs
do
are still
this.
there.
Right. It's a
I'll hop in there.
So she's like, what am I going to do? Go on this honeymoon that got paid for? And the mom sees like the brochure or whatever, which I also love because apparently this astronaut who's in hiding, the first thing on the pamphlet is like, this place is owned by this astronaut.
By this former famous astronaut.
I see an easy way to get out of this.
It's like an alternate universe where people really care about space travel, and it's super important. Everyone, it's household names, everything.
Yeah. So she's like, the mom convinces her like, we should go on this honeymoon, and I'll come with you.
We should go on this honeymoon that your name isn't in.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they just show up to this place and are just like, yeah, that's me, and they're like, okay.
Did you say 2006 though? Is that when it?
2006,
I
2002.
feel like
something.
you could do that back in the day.
Maybe then,
Yeah.
not
Maybe.
now.
No,
But
definitely not now.
Also, real quick, how old is Shannon, the bride, in this movie?
I'd want to. So he says during his breaking up with her speech, I'm a young man. I haven't decided. I'm just like, you're not a young man.
Yeah.
They're at least 32. I want to say
That's what they look like,
Yeah.
but they're behaving like they're maybe 20.
Right,
Yes,
right. I could see them trying to pretend they're like mid to late 20s
Yes.
or whatever. But
yeah.
But I was seeing maybe freshly out of college, maybe still in college, based on the amount of indecision and confusion they have in their lives.
Well, yeah, and there's a scene I think where like you're saying how he's a podiatrist or whatever, and they said something about oh, we're hoping Jack will take over the practice, and the look on his face is like, yeah, I don't want to do that. I got to go to Switzerland. What are you talking about?
So you're gonna enter med school? You're gonna enter university at 32?
That's what I mean.
You're gonna be a doctor when you're
he's past the
42,
point of doing
and
this.
I don't know. I don't know if this is a good path for you, buddy.
We could become a doctor still.
Yeah, it's not too late. But I mean,
don't
for
think
that
so.
guy, I don't know.
For that guy, he's
That
pretty
guy's gonna
dumb.
take about twice the amount of time anyone else would take to get through school.
He keeps just disappearing off to Switzerland. It's crazy.
And they go to where do they? Oh, I don't even remember. They say just the Caribbean, basically, right?
Yes.
They go to this island. Mom immediately
The
points.
Caribbean where they say aloha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I love 2 seconds into being there. She's like, hey, check out that hot employee. And it's like, this guy's going to be the one that nails the bride. This will be great. And
I did, during a limbo scene, also see a woman in a sari. So I'm like, I don't know what race they're going for in general. That's the West Indies, maybe. It's kind of accurate for a second.
No, the production designer was just like, this seems not white.
put that on, please.
They're like, come meet the locals. It's all Chinese guys. And they're like, hey,
Perfect.
cool.
I also love at the desk, like you said, because it's her and her mom, and the girl behind the desk is like, I thought this was supposed to be a honeymoon, and she's like, "Yeah, it's not happening." And she's just like, "Okay," like changes the book.
Why not?
And then the mom who,
So they didn't call ahead.
No.
They didn't do anything to be like, are you sure we can actually come here?
and the mom immediately starts asking every hotel employee, like, "Hey, can I meet that super secretive owner guy?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "No."
It's like they're trying to make it like she's a cool reporter type, even though she's worked for an entertainment magazine her whole life, and she's not good at getting the scoop, not good at keeping it on the low. It's very suspicious.
Yeah. She asks to see him. The lady's like, "Do you know him?" And she's like, "No." She's like, "Okay, then no."
Yeah.
And she takes 2 steps away and it's like, "The eagle has landed. I will get this interview." It's like, take a step out of the lobby.
It felt like something from like the Naked Gun series where they would head back and she'd be like, "I'm right here."
Oh man.
The mom hates the Caribbean immediely.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
hates everything about. Sees a Jeep and freaks out. She's like, "What the fuck is that?" And the daughter's like, "That's our ride." She's like, "What are you talking about?
What are we gonna do?
There's no roof on this car. Oh man.
And then later on, she also says, "I'm not gonna go eat that exotic meat," and it's just a pig.
It's pork.
It's pork.
Yeah, that is later. They were very shocked by the pork cookout. Also, again, a Hawaiian thing, I'm pretty sure, like a classic luau
That's
dish.
why I was like, it's such a luau? Are they in Hawaii? Oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, no, and the mom, like, also she bribes like a bellhop dude to be like, "Hey, just point out the guy when he's walking around."
Yes.
Which and then sees him later that night, and she's being like, "Is this him?" He's like, "No."
No, shut up. I'm trying to do this secretly.
And the mom is also very judgmental, even more so.
Yeah.
That the daughter is very horny
Yes,
on her
understandably
on her
so.
honeymoon.
Yeah.
And the
she's going through it.
hot guy's handing out the pork, gives her some extra portions.
Yeah.
And it's like, the guy,
I'll give you some
he
pork.
porks me up.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You better be careful about this guy."
Is that his playbook, you think? that he like notices you at the door, and then when you're at the luau, he gives you extra pork.
Listen,
and then he
it
takes you
would
for a
work
swim
on
or
me.
something.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, actually, yeah. If like, a lady who's way uglier than that guy is hot gave me extra pork, I'd be like, yeah, we could get married. You seem really nice.
Yeah.
I've slept with women for less.
I slept with women for free. No one ever gives me anything.
They haven't given me meat in so long. It's crazy.
New rule: women gotta give guys meat if they want anything to do with us.
I am so on board with
I'm
this.
going
rule,
on a
yeah.
sex strike.
Hit up the deli, ladies.
If your man come home smelling like prosciutto, he's been with somebody else.
We're shooting now. Fuck.
All right, yeah. Where's the? Oh yeah, the mom's being mean to everybody.
Yeah.
Mom
She's
sucks.
shocked by very normal stuff.
Yeah, I want to be clear though. We keep talking about how bad the mom is. The daughter also sucks.
Yeah.
she sucks so much shit too.
I can give the daughter a little bit of leeway because she just got left at the altar, you
Yes.
know? And it's got to be a bad week, right? She's meeting the hot guy. She's going on
But
late
I
night
do
walks.
feel like they try and push her to be like whimsical and maybe almost like manic pixie type,
Yeah.
but then give her none of those qualities.
Right, yeah, no, she's very like straight laced and like,
just an extremely normal woman.
right, like I've raised myself and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Like kind of,
What does she do for a job?
I don't know.
Do we ever find out? Does
I
she
feel
have
like
a
she was
job?
unemployed. I didn't
They,
think
they implied that like she leaves that town where she was gonna get married because she was living with the guy and everyone knows
Yeah.
like the family and stuff. So she wants to get out of there.
Yeah,
so
I
I
didn't-
assume unemployed.
Yeah,
living with
trad
the
wife.
family. Trad wife.
She was going to be a trad wife.
That was her dream.
Yeah.
Was to just be a wife.
I
It's like,
didn't even
okay,
know
man.
her job was like in play until the very end. I was like, oh, she was a writer? Okay, whatever. But yeah, they don't mention it, I don't
No.
think.
Wait, they established that she is a writer?
At the very end, yeah, we'll get to it.
Okay.
We'll get to it. And so she goes on a late night walk with the hot guy.
Yeah.
They make out, and the mom just so happens to walk out on the balcony and see at the moment.
How
very
dare
touchy,
she.
very touchy about it.
Long.
Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting and kind of hot. Your parents don't watch you make out? They give me. That's how I learned everything. They give me tips.
It gave me confidence. You know, that someone was there.
The next scene is talking about how she gave her daughter a lot of confidence, actually. It's like they're feeding stingrays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And some lady's just like, look at how confident she is. And it's the only time she like compliments her daughter, but it's not to her face.
No.
It's to a random stranger.
Random stranger we never see again.
Yeah.
And the compliment is that I did a good job raising her. And also during all the stingray scenes, I couldn't tell if it was just the water, but the shots where you could see the stingray and the shots where you could above the water did not match up at all.
No.
They were getting like stock stingray footage and then clearly like just an orb like in the water,
You know,
like rubber on the ground.
I don't want to be. I'd be too scared. I don't know. Which ones kill people?
I mean, Steve Irwin was killed by a stingray.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't mess with that.
But it was like a weird thing that he got killed by a stingray.
Yeah, you're like it doesn't really happen a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not good at killing.
I'm not dying for some shitty TV movie. That's all I say. I didn't even get to eat the extra pork that they talked about in the script. Okay. Yes.
You know the death that I think about in movies all the time is someone died during the filming of Gone Fishing. The Danny Glover. I think it's
Were there old men?
the old men where they go Joe Pesci, Danny Glover, and it's like a road trip comedy where they're going fishing and wacky antics take place.
Yeah.
It's terrible, and someone died filming that.
Oh my god!
How did they die?
It was like a stunt gone wrong.
A stunt in Gone Fishing.
And I feel so bad that someone died during Gone Fishing.
Yeah, that's too
I
bad.
just can't imagine any activity dangerous enough.
I'm pretty sure it's like a
Danny
boat
Glover,
gets ramped or something.
can you handle this casting? No, get it done, man. Okay.
I mean, to be fair,
Oh no, he pulled the spine out of his own body. Oh no, he threw his arm too hard.
I was picturing he reeled back it, hooked on his spine, and he cast it out.
And he looks at the camera and says, I'm gonna catch a big fish. I'm getting something huge today. I knew we shouldn't put that decapitation scene in Gone Fishing.
Really changed the movie halfway through. That was out of nowhere.
I mean, I get that it stars Joe Pesci, but
But why are they referencing his like character in Casino? I don't know.
Which I also love this next scene because it's I think the mom's name is Marla, whatever it is, but she sees a horse.
yes,
And then she meets this strange man.
yes, strange.
This is the
hot
first
old man.
point to me where the movie gets interesting,
Yeah.
and it does follow this thread well of making the old people romance way more exciting,
So much better.
thousands
Yeah.
of times more chemistry than anything else.
Nearly 1,000 times 0 is still nothing.
Yes.
But
But they tried.
they tried. I mean, the actor here that
They were the only two people who I was like, they hooked up on set.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This was Jack Scalia as Nick, and he was a hot old man.
He was a hot old
Yeah,
man.
I
Is he
like.
from something? Where do I know that name
I
from?
didn't recognize him from anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like if Josh did it,
I
then
didn't
no,
know.
he doesn't
I
exist
didn't.
outside this movie.
And no, I didn't.
Do you
I
think
have-
maybe that's just a real guy?
he's a real
He just didn't know. He didn't know there was a movie
Trying to
being
get-
filmed. He was just living his life.
But yeah, so she sees a horse and is just and like an old man. No, he's not old.
He's
He's,
just
like
older.
60s.
Yeah.
He's like brushing the horse and stuff. And
Gets her. She's afraid of it, and
She's
he like
afraid
does
of
it. Like, no, it's nice, and like gets her to pet it. And
yeah,
stuff.
I'm like, it's a fucking horse. Wait,
Yeah.
come on, it's
Yeah.
not scary.
Which my favorite part in this scene is you see the bellhop that she bribes.
Yes.
It's in the background being like,
That's him.
and then he's like, trying to say he's moonwalking at one point, and she then sees this and is like, what is this guy talking about? And then finally the guy's like, I'm Nick, and she's like, as in Nick, like whatever his last name.
astronaut?
Yeah.
Nick the astronaut. Yes. And
Nicky
then,
Spaceman?
and then he leaves, and she's like to the bellhop, like, why the fuck didn't you say anything? He's like, I was trying to. That I thought was really funny.
Him moonwalking was the most talent we did see in this movie.
It was great.
That bellhop was fantastic. I also old guy also immediately trying to get it,
Yes.
trying to
Yeah.
make sex happen right
Absolutely.
away. And I'm like, what is this horny resort?
And so confident that he didn't open with like, I own this whole island.
He didn't
by
say,
the way.
I own this island and hotel. He didn't say, I used to be a famous astronaut.
He's just like, what's up?
He was just like, I
Pet
am
this
near
horse.
this horse.
Yeah.
What do you think, honey?
You can ride it or you can ride me, baby. That's how I open up.
Yeah. Yeah, you always got that horse with you when you go to the bar. It's a good move.
Yeah. Apples. Apples the horse.
So, mom, like you said, the daughter going on a fishing date with a hot guy, and mom's going on a lunch date with hot man.
Yes.
Great. And she brings a tape recorder and starts she sets it up, which I also love. She sets it up and then puts it beside her. It's like 5 feet away from the dude that she's interviewing.
Yeah.
For sure. Audio quality's fucked.
It's gonna be so bad.
And I know this movie's 06 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But she's still using a cassette recorder. And I'm
Yeah.
like, we had the technology then for better stuff.
I did have the note here that this so far feels like the preamble for a porn movie. This all feels like a really long preamble for a porn movie.
The old people are gonna have sex, young people are gonna have sex.
Yeah,
and that'll
then they're
be
gonna
nice.
swap.
Then they're gonna
Yeah,
swap.
they're gonna
Let's just
swap.
get to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I would watch that.
I have watched that.
We should get that made. Honeymoon with Mom's pussy. Volume 2.
Honeymooning with Mom. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I skipped over a lot
With
of obvious
mommy.
stuff. Honey mom with mom.
And then so the daughter comes home from the fishing trip and she sees that the tape recorder and everything is on the desk.
Yeah.
And she realizes oh, this is why you came here.
Yeah.
For work.
And we get an
she's-
Oscar moment here where the mom says, everybody uses everybody.
Which I love. You said this is where your favorite line happened, where she's like, yeah. My favorite line is directly after, and the daughter's like, no wonder dad left. And I was like, oh, man.
Kill shot.
Yes.
Shot to the heart.
I loved it.
That's deadly.
Yeah, it was good.
I love everybody uses everybody as though that's her ethos or something that she believes at any other point in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Very strange. And yeah, she finds the bellboy that she bribed and was like, hey, let's keep this going. Can you overnight this special package for me? And he's like, is it illegal? And she's like, no, it's just a thing for work.
It's personal.
It's personal, yes.
And this is where I'm like, you could have just sent that yourself.
Right,
You don't have
yeah.
to keep dragging this guy who clearly is going to betray you into this. Oh, I forgot to say, love the post-fishing scene where she just walks in with 3 dead fish on a
Oh my
hook.
God.
Yes.
And then just
puts it in a bowl on the
throws
dresser.
them loose. In the bowl on the dresser.
I loved it.
And I'm like, you're not going to keep those cold, eh? You're just going to kind of let
No, when they're catching the day, that's how you let them air dry, I think.
Yeah.
make the room
here
stink.
in Hawaii, Caribbean.
Yeah.
You know, that's the rules.
Yeah. 3 very clearly used to be alive fish. Definitely not made of plastic. Definitely don't clink when you put them in the bowl.
You hear the clinks of them. She sets them down.
I just love someone with 3 dead fish and no plan.
Oh man, that's great. What next day? Oh, because Shannon's now pissed at her mom.
Yes.
Obviously. So the next day, she's horse riding to blow off some steam on a little venture, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the mom comes to find her. Which also now the hot guy's the horseman too. He has so many jobs on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just like.
Like, I
Listen,
know he's
he-
kind of a sleaze. He's trying to sleep with everybody, but he's extremely talented.
Yeah.
He's a really cool guy. He can do all this
Totally.
stuff.
No, I would fuck him.
Yeah. So the mom gets on a horse and goes find the daughter and I don't know, tries to apologize, kind of, not really.
Yeah.
I also this is another one that made me laugh because she's like, because the daughter's like, oh my God, I can't believe you got on the horse. And she's like, yeah, it was really easy. I know I could basically figure it out as the horse in the background is wandering away. Daughter's like, oh, go get the horse. Yeah, that made me laugh too. But that was about it.
And then inexplicably they are lost.
They're lost.
They're
Because
lost.
she's gotten the horse back
Yeah,
somehow,
somehow
and they are lost.
And they decide to not try to take the horses anywhere.
Right.
They
No.
decide, I guess we have to camp here overnight.
Yeah.
despite probably not planning for that or having any way to do that.
Yeah, really dangerous.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
And this is where it takes a turn and becomes a horror movie, which I didn't expect. God, I wish.
God, I wish they'd kill every character.
Yeah, no, I think we get like, I guess this was meant for them to have like their talk of like, oh,
Yeah, we get one childhood memory.
yeah, and yes, I don't. Oh, it was like she made up forts, right?
Yeah.
And like they cooked marshmallows on a light bulb or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like saying how she's like, I devoted my whole life to you, and she's like, you sent me to schools and paid for like housekeepers and nannies and stuff. Like all I wanted was a mom.
Yes.
And
It's like on a magazine editor's salary. You had housekeepers, nannies, boarding school.
that magazine In Style was the peak. All right.
They were riding high. They were doing coke every single fucking day in that magazine business. Casino, it was original Italian magazine. It was...
They had to change it. They didn't want to get in trouble from the real magazine guys.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Well, and I think the other thing in this scene was like get the first like maybe honest moment, or the mom like says like, "Oh yeah, I used to want to be an artist."
Yeah.
And like, she's like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, I never mentioned this before." She's like, we've never had a conversation before.
Yeah.
Anyway, she says like, "Oh yeah, I was an artist, and you're
A watercolor.
that
Loves
watercolor, yeah,
watercolors.
and your dad was my first customer, and that's how they like met."
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like an insight because the girl also thinks her dad's like a hero, which
Yeah.
this was another thing for me is like, do people? I know it, obviously if you have a parent that leaves you, I'm sure it's with you for a while, but like when you're like 20 something, are you still like longing for that?
Yeah,
Relationship?
and like,
Like, I feel like
apparently she is, but it's like, you still think he's like awesome?
Right, that's what I mean. You haven't figured out this man that has never tried to contact you
Not
one
even once.
time.
Yeah.
Isn't that great of a guy?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a strange one for me.
See, they should have made him dead.
yeah.
They should have made him be like, oh, I thought you were dead this whole time.
Like
Right.
the cognitive dissonance of like no one knows where he is, but we know he's alive.
Right.
But he's never tried to talk to you.
Yeah.
and you, the daughter, watched him walk out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Physically watched him walk out
She
the
talks
door.
about remembering the day how she got home and he's made like, oh,
Damn.
and then he's also like, this is your mom's idea.
And then just
Bye.
leaves.
It's like,
Crazy to say. Crazy to say.
And the daughter fully believed it for
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never once was like, maybe this guy who doesn't want to talk to me at all
and the
isn't
mom's
very
like,
nice.
that's what he told you. He's like, It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But the mom doesn't want to blow the cover story yet, so she's still just like, okay.
Right, yeah, weird. That's right. They're out, and they wake up the next morning, and a jeep drives up. It's Nick.
Yes.
And he like rescues them. He's being
The
like a little
astronaut.
distant.
Yeah.
And as he drops them off. He's like, oh, Alto, you might want to do something with this. He has the package.
Yeah. Mhm.
Never
Yeah.
got mailed.
Because everyone there loves Nick.
Right. He's
And is there employed by Nick, probably gets to stay on a fucking Caribbean Hawaiian island for
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah. It's like, of course I'm going to give you the tape.
yeah. And then, she's like, I mean, kind of like with her
This
daughter.
other lady gave me like $10 and made me her like personal slave.
And still yelled at me when I did what she told me to do.
She's like mean and she's stingy.
And like, she, I don't know, she starts immediately, like you said, she's like, how can I win your trust back to the daughter? She's like, I don't think that's possible, really, honestly. And she like rips up the tape.
Yeah.
And it's like,
That's
and
nice.
And the daughter's like, interesting.
Yeah.
And like you said, in 3 days, does
She
unleashes
says-
everything about her personality in 3
Yeah.
days.
She says, who are you and what did you do with my mother? Lines that I can only imagine the guy writing this is like, I'm the first guy to think of this like line, and it's so smart.
I am killing this script right now. Oh, man.
I would love to be able to say that one time.
Yeah.
In,
Who are you and what did you do with my mother?
or just to anyone. Who are you and what did you do with Amar? And you're just having like a different sandwich than you usually do.
I have like a frappuccino, and you're like, you don't normally drink those. What's up with you, man?
Oh, man.
I don't know which one to kill, but it's just me. What do I do?
Also, because we get like a montage, which this is the funniest thing that it was like 3 days that she changed, or like however, because they were only there for 2 weeks. But because this montage, it's like, how long were these people on this island? It seems like she does. It's like seemed like they were there for a whole season.
Yeah,
but they do. We see the mom like doing everything that she's kind of. Like she does the stingray feeding.
Yeah.
And
that she's been like reluctant to participate in before this. Yeah.
And I don't know. Does she try the pork? I'm not sure what else she
She
does.
tries the pork. She fucks the hot guy.
She limbo.
She limbos.
Yeah, she limbos.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's like, the daughter buys her watercolor paints, which I thought was sweet.
That was nice.
Yeah. And
this back half of the movie, I was annoyed because I was like, some of the stuff still gets me. Even this movie is dog shit, terrible, bottom to top. These little tricks still work on my.
She painted the worst painting
mind.
ever, and I was like, it's so sweet. It's so sweet of her to try.
And it's like, Ma, you are out of practice. Holy shit. You are not good at this anymore. Is it at a store? What the fuck?
This movie is terrible. This isn't even like the top bottom five worst movies we've talked about.
This is on the better side of
This
this.
is on the better side of movies we've talked about.
I feel less bad about getting taken in by parts.
We saved a good one for you. I'm glad we chose this one instead of the other one we did today.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that would have been bad. Yeah, and so I think after she's kind of changed, she kind of finally honest with the daughter and says how they were just too young to have kids, and like they realized it too late, and it was no one's fault. And then they're like, okay, can we like fix this relationship? And the daughter's like, okay, well, just think of that as the past. Just
now
all we have to do is just be honest. From now on.
Always honest. Yeah.
And
cut to the fucking groom stepping out of the cab. Yeah. Being like, I'm here, baby.
Yeah. And like we said,
The most
commercial break.
shameless, crazy shit. Imagine, for 1 second, leaving a woman at the altar to go figure yourself out while you ski in Switzerland and being like, all right, so it's been about a week, and I bet everything's fine, and I had a great week.
Yeah. I bet she'll take me back.
Yeah.
I mean, what else could she have going on, right?
Yeah, and then I also love because she paints a thing for Nick, or like the astronaut, and and like she's at the front desk. The lady's like, "Oh, here, this is for you," and he like sees the letter, and it's like, this is an apology, and he's like, "I don't even want to open this fucking thing," and the daughter is just sitting there like, I can't believe you didn't open the painting.
Yeah, she was like looking through cutout eye holes in a newspaper, basically, being like, "What's he gonna do? Is he gonna take it?"
So yeah, she goes to him and it's like, "Listen, this probably sounds crazy. My mom has changed. I just want you to."
I know it's been 2 days.
And like he's like, "How do you know?" And she's like, "She ripped up that tape of yours," which, by the way, was going to be the hugest story in magazine history. By the way, and he's like,
"This story was gonna save magazines. We're gonna put magazines back on the map."
She's gonna go home and kill herself because she's gonna be destroyed by this.
She's gonna be out of a job, ruined financially.
All because she loves you, Nick.
Yeah. And he opens it and he likes it.
Yeah.
And and then we see Jack, because what's her face? The other, she's dancing with hot guy.
Yeah.
And then dickhead guy comes up and it's like, "I'm back."
And she's like, "What?
What are you doing here?"
Which I love. This is how cool the guy is on vacation, by the way. He's just like, "Hey, man, that's not how you do it. You come up to a lady on the dance floor, you ask her if she wants to leave." He's like not threatened at all. It was awesome.
Because he's just like, well, she leaves. I got 5 other women on this dance floor. I've already slept with.
Listen, I'm working on a bit of a rotation, honestly. So
Trying
it's
to build
all
up my harem and.
Listen, I got 2 songs with her, then I'm moving over her. And then...
But I love it because it's supposed to be like a cool moment of the vacation man to be like, I'm a real man. I'm gonna make sure women are treated right.
Yeah.
And then the groom's like, "So what? You want to come?" She's like, and he like just grabs her and pulls her away.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Okay, okay, I said my piece.
Yeah.
I don't have to stick to it at all."
Yeah. And I don't even know if
They basically just argue,
Yeah.
and she's like, "I'm not taking you back.
Right.
You're a piece of shit."
Yeah.
And he never brings up the fact being like, "Hey, I could get you kicked out of here. I paid for this fucking trip. You legally probably can't be here."
Yeah, that's a little bit of a loophole there in this
But
story.
he's like, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay at this hotel and fight for you. And
Yeah.
he's just like, okay.
But they have no room.
He tries to get a room, and the lady at the front is right away really mean to him.
Yes.
Implying that she understands the overarching plot of the movie.
really was like,
as though she's seen the movie up until
Is
now.
everyone at this hotel in this girl's corner? And it's like, we're not letting this fucking asshole stay at this hotel. That's what it felt like. It's like, this place doesn't have one room available.
Well, first he also tries to stay in the room with the mom and the daughter.
And they're like, no, you can't stay here. You're fucking crazy. I get that they have to have a bad guy for the movie, but it's so a guy who's never thought of anything in the world.
No, he's an idiot.
A guy who has never heard of feelings.
Oh my god! And so he has to sleep on the beach.
Yeah.
And then he gets waken up. And he's like, "You can't sleep here either. I own the beach."
Yeah, and he's like, don't worry. I technically paid for one of these rooms, so I'll probably be able to sleep somewhere tonight. And I love like the Shannons with Adam, I think the
Yeah.
name is Hunk Guy.
Hunk
and
Guy.
and he's immediately like, he's like, so you going back to that guy or what? And she's like, I don't know. It's like, wait, what are you talking about?
You're considering this? Well, she's probably just like, all I've ever wanted was to be a wife. I
Yeah.
could get there tonight.
And yeah, she says like she doesn't think he can trust him again.
Yeah.
Which it's like, yeah, probably
Yeah,
not. He
why
left
would
you
you-
at the altar. That makes sense. And then the Jack comes to the room, and the mom like sees him, and again is like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Can I shower?" She's like, "I guess," and like lets him.
And then I was like, wait, are the mom and the groom?
I thought they were gonna fuck.
Really?
Or I thought that the daughter was gonna come in and think that they had
yes.
had
Yeah,
sex,
yeah.
which would have been interesting.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen.
Sorry, I'm just putting together something now.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the movie, when she's being consoled by her mother in front of the steps, so she doesn't have even any friends who came to
No.
the wedding?
No. Well, it turns out that she doesn't have a personality outside of "I want to get married." So
Yeah, she'd be hard to be friends
Because
with.
I get when they're like, oh, she's like, I don't have any other family, just my mom. But like, I'm like, yeah, wait. Was the whole wedding just the other guy's friends and family? And the only person this woman has ever met is her own mother and then her soon-to-be husband.
yeah,
Yep.
her own mother that she didn't want to come
That she
to.
doesn't like.
Yeah.
It's like in between hanging out with this man and then working maybe a job, unclear. What does she do?
She's working on being a bride.
She sits at home and she just cuts out magazine pictures of like bridal dresses. She puts them on the wall.
Yeah, just she's surprisingly strong-willed for a woman with no aspirations or friends or dreams.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, they have a big fight that she let him back in the room.
Yeah.
And it's revealed
Yes.
that the mom knows where the husband is.
Well, he overheard the conversation at the
Yes.
wedding day.
Yeah.
So he's basically like, well, I can, because she's like, what, there's nothing you could do that I would ever take you back. And he's like, I could tell you where your dad is.
And she's like, I guess I'll take you back.
Right. So immediately goes like to the mom, like, we said no more lying. And so mad at her.
Yeah.
Snaps. And she's basically like, tell me where he is right now. And she says in Florida. And the guy's like, that's a boat ride away. And they hop on a boat.
Is that?
Yeah. I mean, I guess from the Caribbean, not from Hawaii, where this movie actually is.
And so, yeah, they hop in and go to meet the dad.
Oh yeah, and the mom tells the groom, she's like, "Don't make her do this alone." It's like, you don't hate him. You shouldn't hate him.
Right. He ruined your
Why is he
relationship.
coming? He sucks.
All of these people suck. Every last one of them.
She should have went to the hot guy and been like, can you accompany her to this? That would have been
Or
better.
what about, I don't know, the mom? What about the mom who caused this whole thing?
She doesn't want her. The daughter doesn't want her there. Yeah.
I'm guessing that the hot guy would have been like, I legally can't go to the United States. I'm also a terrible person.
You don't understand. They don't have age of consent laws on this island because it's owned by just one guy, and he makes all the. He's the mayor also. I don't know if you know that. He's the astronaut. He's also the mayor.
He has all of my money and everything I do.
So I can't really leave.
No.
Which, so I love, she goes to meet her dad, and like the first thing he says to her is like, "Oh, you're here for a boat ride?" Like he's like, does not care about. He
Does not
even
recognize
no,
yes,
no
at all.
clue.
The dad is the exact opposite of the mom, while also being a terrible, terrible person.
Yes.
Where he's just like, I'm just a laid back, chill dude. He has a fucking puka shell necklace. He has a fucking Hawaiian shirt on.
Yeah.
And
He's
like,
chilling, giving both
He has a
to
girl that's clearly been his like long-term girlfriend, and he's still like, I would never get married. Are you kidding me?
Oh, he hates marriage so much. He's like, oh, you two were gonna get married? And then he's like, I didn't happen. He's like, oh, thank fucking God.
That would have been terrible.
You would have hated it.
Yeah,
It's
and,
like, what's the difference between marriage and what you are doing now, old
And
man?
it's so funny because he's like, oh, I bet your mom sure told you what a bad person I am. And she's like, no. And he's like, she should have. I did not want to be around at all.
I didn't want a kid. I didn't want a kid whatsoever. So I left because I don't like kids.
You
Yes.
didn't realize that? I haven't spoken to you in 20 years.
So she's saying like, oh my God, I assumed that there was even like letters that my mom hid from me. And he's like, no.
And you find out in the scene that the mom's been sending him letters
Yes.
with like photos of her updating him on her life.
Yeah.
And he still doesn't recognize her. His girlfriend recognizes her.
And so she
But he's
finally learns, like she finally realizes like, oh, I am like a strong, independent woman because of everything my mom did for me.
My dad is just nasty.
Yeah. And so she just leaves and is like, okay, I'm out of here.
Another, he also says, I'm not a bad person.
I love because the boyfriend, or the ex-fiance is like, you heard him, right? He's not a bad. Come on, we're siding with your dad on this one, right? Your mom sucks.
She's like, what are you talking about? Leave me the fuck alone. Finally gets rid of him.
I think this is the moment she realizes, I could be more than a wife.
Yeah.
That's why she brings up writing at the very end of the movie. It's the first time she had that thought.
Right. Well,
I must have missed this one line. What did she say?
Oh, I'm just guessing. I'm just going off of what Josh
So
said.
what happened? So yeah, she goes back to the resort, kind of has like a goodbye with a hot guy.
Yeah.
And then like you said, figures out like basically this other woman comes up and is like, hey, are we supposed to have sex later? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, look at you. So she's like, okay, this is this guy's life. Like not really bothered by it. It's
No.
pretty great. And then the
Very sex positive.
yeah,
for 26.
and then the astronaut dude gives the mom his story. Like he wrote his version of his story to be like, this is why I left the limelight of being a fucking astronaut. Apparently,
Yeah, his story super confusing. Doesn't like I can't even repeat it now because I don't understand it.
It started with the age of consent laws of the United States of America.
Well, I thought I could fuck a kid in space, but it turns out that you have to go to another country, but space is still America.
Yeah.
and so she's also like, oh well, if you're gonna be the cover story, you got to come to L.A. for a photo shoot. And so it cuts to like the future, and so now this is where the daughter got a job. She works at the magazine.
Right.
Yeah, for her mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, okay, she's in writing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, no, because I was like, why is she in this magazine? She's not a writer. She's just some lady.
She's Nepo baby.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
Nepo baby.
Yeah.
But then the mom's
The
happy
ultimate
with
career.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then mom's like, okay, me and this guy are seeing each other now.
Yeah.
And the daughter's still out there looking for love.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it.
That's the
That's
end.
Honeymoon with Mom.
Honeymoon with Mom.
Pretty thought.
It's better now that I've talked about it with
Yeah.
friends.
So maybe you should take your mom on your honeymoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe your mom will bang an astronaut on your honeymoon. Yeah. Maybe your mom will get more sex than you on your honeymoon.
That would be
Guaranteed.
That would be the saddest thing. You take your parents and they end up more
They
action.
have a blast, and you're like, what the hell? Can't get laid to save my life.
What are we at the end of every episode we give it a letterbox rating, which is out of 5 stars.
Okay.
What would you give Honeymoon with Mom?
This will seem high, but I'm not a critical viewer of media,
Yeah.
so I'm giving it a 3.
Honestly, I was gonna say 3 too.
Yeah, I'm okay with a 3.
Listen, because it's a made-for-TV
Right.
Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
You get what you want. You can have some fun with it.
I actually got a couple genuine laughs out of it. You know,
Yeah.
it wasn't terrible. Like like you said, we've seen way worse.
Yeah, we've got some lines to live by. Like everybody uses everybody.
That's my new motto.
Yeah.
I like your new black trench coat, Josh. By the way, I think you're looking really good.
Thank you guys so much for listening. And thank you, Amar, for being here.
Thanks for
Amar.
letting me
thanks
be
so
your
much,
first
man.
guest.
Oh, awesome. Where can people find you?
People can find me at Real Exciting on Instagram. I have a special on YouTube called Please Don't Kill Me. The views are not very high. So if you're hearing this, go watch it.
Go
Yes,
watch it.
Go watch the special.
Because it hurts me every time
It's
I check
very
the view
funny.
count.
It's
Very
a
funny.
very good
Thank you,
special.
guys.
Yeah.
If you guys like the podcast, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at AbsyObscurePod. You can also email us at AbsyObscurePodcast@gmail.com. We'll read out any comments that you guys send to us.
Also individually at the True Rory and the Real Funny Josh. Not the Real Funny Josh. Real Funny
Thank you to
Josh.
our producer, Aaron Campbell, handsomest man in comedy. Thank you to Matt Prince for our music. And before we end the episode, we choose our next movies. So the way that this works is I read off some titles of movies, and you are each going to just choose one of them.
You get to choose one of our next
You
movies.
get to
Wow.
choose one of our next movies. So you could punish us with choosing a bad title, but just off of the title alone,
Right, okay.
you will choose a movie.
I'm visualizing, I'm thinking.
So I'm going to give you 5 choices here. So first off, we have Deadly Punkettes.
I'm in.
Then we have Dragon, the Weapon of God.
Wow. That sounds cool.
We have 17. That's it.
Is that one about the age of consent as well, or what's going on?
Then we have She Rises.
Ooh.
That one's about the age of consent.
Yeah.
And your final one is Sinbad, the Battle of the Dark Knights.
Oh no!
Battle of the Dark Knights. I like Weapon of God. It sounds really fucked up, and I think there's no way it can live up to how cool of a title it has.
Oh, it absolutely will not. So, Dragon, the Weapon of God, was released in 2002.
Oh, hell yeah.
It has a 1.5.
Yes! I knocked this out of the park.
What have you done to us?
With 312 votes and 57 people on Letterboxd have seen this. The description is a teen with superhero powers
Nice.
leads an underground group formed to bring down the establishment after the mayor of New York City intensifies police brutality towards blacks.
Blacks.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the end.
Wow.
1.5.
This is crazy.
Dude, I don't think we've ever had under a 2. That is
That is
low.
very bad.
Oh no. Oh.
Okay, Josh.
1.5 for a movie that's like against racism.
I mean, they use the term blacks. I feel like that's
I don't think
for
they're really
racist.
racially conscious, but I think they had a vision.
True. Okay, and Josh, you get to choose our second.
What was the? Can I get a rehash
So
of
we
the?
have
Yeah.
Deadly Punkettes,
That's interesting.
17, She Rises, and Sinbad, The Battle of the Dark Knights.
Okay. Between 2, I'm gonna go with. I'm sure it'll be schlocky, but I'm gonna go with Deadly Punkettes.
Deadly Punkettes.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Sounds
All right.
fun.
So Deadly Punkettes was released in 2014. It has a 4.4 on IMDb.
Wow.
With 117 votes, and 164 people have seen this on Letterboxd. A lead singer in a teenage punk band mysteriously dies and soon haunts the other members, their new manager, and her replacement.
Love it.
Oh.
That's it.
Ghost movie.
A ghost movie. A punk ghost movie.
Yeah.
I'll-
And a shitty dragon.
And oh my God.
racist movie.
Well, thank you so much, Amar, for being here, and thank
Thanks
you
a bunch,
guys for
guys.
listening. That's it, folks. Take care out there. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.